It's me, Crispy. Today I'm going to give you a game plan on how to maximize your day at Epcot using the Disability Access Service Pass, otherwise known as DAS. You can double up your DAS Pass with Genie Plus if you feel the need. However, I don't think it's necessary, with the exception of an individual lightning lane if you can't get the current virtual queue for the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and it's a must-do for your party. If you want tips on how to nearly guarantee a virtual queue spot, click the link in the top right corner. Epcot has a large number of attractions, however only 4 of them truly justify needing a DAS Pass most days. This is how I personally recommend planning your day using DAS at Epcot. Feel free to fit in meals and breaks as needed. Let's start our day making a DAS for Test Track. Another option, if you don't mind separating from your party, is using the single rider line and DASing our next return time in Test Track's place. If you DAS Test Track, typically I'd try to stay on that side of the park while waiting for the return time. Unfortunately, there aren't a ton of options near Test Track. Sometimes we'll ride the green version of Mission Space because no one wants to get sick first thing in the morning doing orange. Some other options include checking out the Creation Shop, trying some other country's soda at Club Cool, getting a bite to eat or a coffee at Connections Cafe, or my personal favorite, watching the Jammers perform if they have a show while we're waiting. Once you're through the second touch point inside of Test Track, go ahead and make a return time for Frozen Ever After. When you're done with Test Track, start to make your way towards the World Showcase. Depending on what time it is, some stuff may still be closed, as most of the World Showcase opens at 11 a.m. This includes food booths for the festivals. However, there will be another attraction that will be open on your way toward Norway, and that is inside of the Mexico Pavilion, which is the Grand Fiesta Tour featuring the 3 Caballeros. This is a slow-moving boat ride where you follow Panchito and Jose trying to find their amigo Donald Duck. By the time you get off of this quaint little boat ride and walk over to Frozen, it should be time to queue up. Once you're through the second touch point for Frozen, go ahead and make your next DAS Pass for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. This is where you have a few options. You can continue around the World Showcase trying food, drinks, checking out the country pavilions, and the shows they might have, such as the American Adventure, which is what I would personally do. The other 2 options are to take one of the friendship boats to the other side of the World Showcase, closer to the France Pavilion, or you can walk in the opposite direction towards Canada and England to get to France that way, if you don't care about seeing the other countries. I do highly recommend checking out all of the countries and getting lost from the main path, as some of these countries have amazingly detailed pavilions with unique sights to see. One of my personal favorite things is the store and museum inside of Japan. Once you make it to Remy and go through the touch points, you can select your last main return time for Soarin' Around the World. Pretty much every other attraction after this doesn't typically have high wait times. I would personally hit Journey into Imagination with Figment and the Disney Pixar Short Film Festival if you're interested in either of those on your way to the Land Pavilion. The only rides left to ride after Soarin', assuming you went on Journey into Imagination, are Living with the Land, which is basically next to Soarin', Spaceship Earth, otherwise known as the giant golf ball, and the Seas with Nemo and Friends, which also houses one of the most amazing aquariums at the end of the ride itself. And don't forget, you can also squeeze in character meet and greets between attractions as well. Here's a bonus tip for you if you're planning to stay for the nighttime spectacular Harmonious. When you first enter the World Showcase, there are 2 stores inside of the International Gateway. Between these 2 buildings is the best viewing area for this show. You will have great views of the centerpiece that has the projections on it. If you're able to and willing to, I recommend getting there at least an hour before the fireworks show begins and go up against the railing like in the video that you're seeing right now. That is the best possible option because nobody can get in front of you. I truly hope this video helps in your next trip to Epcot using the Disability Access Service. It is meant to be a decent guide of how to use your service most effectively without doing a whole lot of back and forth inside of the park. Epcot is very spread out and just feels enormous. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments down below. Please share a little pixie dust and hit that like and subscribe button. Give that bell a little ring-a-ding-ding. Remember to keep a little magic in your everyday life. Share that magic. You never know who's having a rough day. A kind gesture or a smile in their direction might just turn their day around. And I'll see you real soon.